Welcome to the party. It's your watch time friend. If you're seeing me, if you're listening, then it's time to watch something. Ooh, something. Ooh.
What's up, guys? It's your girl D, and this is Watch Time Friends, where you watch stuff with me, your friend D, because my other friends don't like me enough to do it. Today, we are watching Attack on Titan Season 3, Episodes 21 and 22. So we learned some about Grisha and his past, and sort of his origins, but we're about to learn some more. So, yeah, the whole history of the Titans and things, it's a bit wonky in my brain, because there's sort of like multiple perspectives in it rather than just straight facts. It's like, this is our history, but no, this is our history. They lied to us. And obviously there's some bad blood, some prejudice here and there, all mixed into it, people's personal opinions and vendettas and everything, and things get mixed up, so you don't really know 100% what's the truth. So yeah, but we do know that apparently Zeke and Eren are stepbrothers. Well, half-brothers. Wait, half-brothers. Because Zeke is Grisha's first son. Yep, so there's that. And, you know, we were given a lot of information, and so it's not done. I'm still excited to see what else they tell us. I've been asking for some explanations, and one way or another, we're getting it. So that's exciting. Also, it's a lot, but beggars can't be choosers, I guess. So, yeah, I'm not gonna hold y'all up. Let's watch something.
He squeezed the soldiers' lives out as if he were juicing fruit. And then he cast the scraps
Wait a
into the
second.
sea.
You don't think, what was her name? Dinah? Like, killed Eren's mom on
To
purpose?
explain what the sea is.
Or maybe she had been stuck like that
It's an
that whole
enormous
time?
body of salt water that covers 70% of our world's surface.
Surely she couldn't have known that was Grisha's new wife. Could she? That'd be crazy.
You said you were the owl?
Yes, my name's Eren Kruger. As you just observed, I have the power of one of the 9 Titans, which proves that I'm a subject of Ymir, just like you.
You got into public security by pretending to be a Marleyan? But what about the blood tests?
With the help of a doctor, they were quite easy to pass. Doctors make good spies. In all honesty, you're a fine example of that.
I was a bad husband, a worthless father, and an imbecilic man. So explain to me, why am I the only one left standing as a human? Dinah was special, a subject of Ymir with royal blood. She could have made full use of the power of the Titans. And if you hadn't shut me up, tell me why! Why did you save only me?
Hello?
What's wrong? Why do you look so pale?
I've severed thousands of fingers from fellow subjects of Ymir. I've created countless Titans, from men, women, and children.
Why?
All the while telling myself it was for Eldia. The branch of the royal family that stayed behind started a revolution, and my father was a staunch supporter. Not only did they accomplish nothing, all of them were burnt alive. I was still young. I couldn't help. I just peeked through the closet door and watched. After that day, I swore I would take revenge and restore the Eldian Empire. But all I've managed to do is cut the fingers off my fellow patriots. Kick them off this wall. I had to do these heinous deeds, or else I would have been found out as the Owl.
What exactly is it you're asking me to do?
I want you to make your way into the walls and take the Founding Titan by force. After you've inherited my Titan, that is.
What? But
You'll have to eat me alive as a Titan. That's also how you'll steal the Founding Titan from the royal family.
But why don't you do it?
Anyone who inherits the power of one of the nine will perish 13 years later. And that's how long it's been for me.
He said that was the rule, called it the Curse of Ymir. The first Titan, Ymir, died that long after getting her powers. Since none can surpass her, we have to do the same. So I have 13 years to live. And
Great.
you? I've only got 8 left. Not even.
No,
Dang,
You're
that
wrong.
sucks.
there's been a mistake.
If someone with the powers of one of the nine should die without passing it on to a successor,
Mhm.
the power will be inherited by a baby born after that death. A subject of Ymir, of course. For
Hmm.
that to be the case,
Just like
it
automatically,
seems
or
all of us Eldians must be connected by something we can't see. There was one successor who said there were paths. Paths that the naked eye can't observe, through which Titan flesh can move, along with memories and the will to act. These paths are countless. They reach far and in many directions, but they all meet at one coordinate. The founding Titan.
There's not a subject of Ymir alive who isn't connected to the coordinate.
coordinate.
Speaking of Ymir, who do you think she really was?
To the Marleyan state, she's the devil's pawn. But to the Eldian Empire, she was a miracle of God. Dinah's royal heritage was objectively real.
Then why'd you let them turn her?
That'd be because she had royal blood. I couldn't risk letting the Marleyans get her. She had to go before Zeke could tell Marley more. The enemy would have forced Dinah to bear their children for the rest of her miserable life. Would that have been better?
Dang.
I didn't save our comrades because they couldn't reach the walls alive. Only one of the nine can make it past all those mindless Titans.
I don't think I'm fit for the job.
You're going to do it.
If I had realized that this was the price of freedom, I wouldn't have paid.
Stand.
Fight.
If you want to restore freedom and dignity to Eldia, then stand.
There's no point in trying to make me remember my old hatred. Everything is gone now, except my sins.
The main reason I chose you was because of that day. Because you went beyond the walls. If you hadn't taken your sister's hand and run past the gate that day, you would have ended up running your father's clinic. And your sister might be married by now.
Oh,
She might
thanks
even
for
have had
that.
children.
That feels
But you'll never
so
know
much better.
what she would have become. Ever since you tread forbidden ground and took her with you. Ever since the day I first kicked a patriot off this wall, we've known that we'd have to keep fighting, to pay for our sins, even in death, even after. You chose to start this story. Each of the 9 Titans has a name to describe it,
Mm-hmm.
and that includes the one you're about to inherit from me. And for freedom's sake, it fights.
Mm-hmm.
It's called the Attack Titan.
So maybe that's why Grisha was so desperate to turn Eren, because he was about to die.
It's called the Attack Titan. That's what you just did, remember? Am I the only one who saw him?
No, but I think he was just...
Just what? Who the hell were you talking to?
no one.
He's 15 years old. We all go through a phase like this.
A phase where we mutter weird crap while posing?
I'll explain it to you later. It's not right with him here.
Oh, it's that kind of phase.
What?
You want?
Was he
I'm
not talking
done.
to
I
them the
still
whole
have 10
time?
full days left.
I'm satisfied. Hanji just gave you 10 days worth of pain.
If we keep the brave heroes who toppled the armored and colossal titans jailed, it kinda sends a bad message, you know?
Did you lose some weight? That's odd. We had plenty to eat.
You okay?
Her Majesty has come to trust.
Historia? Oh, now she's wearing a bolo tie.
To my dear Historia. As I write this, Rhina's standing at my side. He knows this is a love letter, but he's still sneaking peeks. Honestly, it's no wonder the creep's still single. That said, he did give me his word that he'd deliver this letter to you. He says he owes me for the time I doubled back to save him. I'm sorry about then. I never would have imagined myself choosing those two over you. I'm going to die soon, but I'll die without regrets.
Did she have her
Well,
Titan
that's
for
what I'd
13?
like to say. Truth is, I do have one. It's that I never got to marry you. With love, Ymir.
Does that mean she died? Oh. Now what the?
The Founding Titan.
Wait, what was that?
Oh, she.
I take it this is all she wrote.
Yes.
Does someone?
I doubt that she would be permitted to write
Does she
anything that might be beneficial to our cause.
Someone make her give her
Could there be a
power over
secret
to
message
somebody?
that no one can see except you? Some kind of code?
And maybe that's what Zeke meant
I
by
don't know.
I'll have
But frankly,
give the
that doesn't
Titan
sound
the
like
armor
her.
to somebody else. Like have someone else that's a Titan eat him.
What's with her?
Your Grace.
Your Grace.
Your Grace.
Oh, stop it, please. I'm not actually ruling yet. But wow, you've been through so much. Wow.
They don't
I've done
understand it.
nothing but watch the south sky and wait.
It's an important duty of yours, just to keep safe and well. Yeah, he's right.
These texts were obtained through the efforts of the 9 scouts before us and the 199 others who were lost. On this day and in the Queen's presence, I'd like for all of us to assess our situation.
You know what you
Come
should
to an
do
agreement
is
about our next
record
course of
those
action.
books. You know what I'm saying? And make sure that
Scout
those three
Regiment
are not the
Commander,
only copies.
Hanji Zoe.
Sir, the scouts have suffered a brutal, staggering blow. We have retaken Walmaria and seized control of the Colossal Titan with all its fearsome strength. Unfortunately, the true nature of the foe we face is human. It's a whole civilization. One could say that it's us against the world. According to these books, we're of a special race that can turn into titans, called the Subjects of Ymir. We ruled the world once, and some fear we will again. So despite our past century of pacifism, most in this world would like to wipe us out.
So all of you can
If
turn
Marley
into
takes hold
Titans.
of the Founding Titan, the Eldian race will be finished. The King in the Walls won't fight. Huh? If Eldia is driven to sin once again, it shall perish, as is meant to be. I've made a vow, renouncing war through the Founding Titan. He said that to the royal family still on the continent,
Yeah, but
and then he closed his gates.
isn't the Founding Titan dead now? Well, he said it. They said it would be reborn in another kid or something. So maybe there's some baby somewhere that has that power.
The King of the Walls stole his people's memories, and told them that beyond the walls humanity was gone. You must find that coward, and strip him of the Founding Titan's power.
Dr. Yeager did manage to achieve this mission, and he passed the Founding Titan on to his son, Aaron.
Oh,
The Founding Titan's full might can only be brought to bear when the power is possessed by someone of royal blood. However, when a royal comes to possess the Founding Titan, they're overpowered by their ancestors' will, and they continue down the path he set before them. Such is the power of his vow renouncing war. Aaron has commanded pure Titans once in the past to escape from a dire situation. So despite his lack of royal blood, it's at least conditionally possible for Aaron to wield that power too.
That's
no.
right.
So did Rod Titan not have a special
Only for an
ability?
instant, it felt like everything connected. Why? Why only then?
I'm here as a descendant of the royal family. The last that stayed. My name's Dinah Fritz.
There's no way!
What?
What is it? What's wrong?
Oh, actually, it's nothing.
Ugh. Okay.
Sorry for interrupting, Commander.
Yeah. She's gonna ask you about that
Oh.
later.
I get it now.
Or now.
That's right. It would appear that Yeager here is going through an awkward phase.
Ah, I see. But he is at that age.
Aaron? I haven't told those two about it yet either. About how the Titan who killed my mother and Hannes was actually someone my dad had been married to. I can't talk about it here. If someone with royal blood is turned into a Titan, then it might be possible for me to use the Founding Titan's powers while touching them. Who knows? It might not work at all. But if the military knew it was a possibility, what would they do to Historia?
Make her follow you around.
After you've entered the walls, you should start a family.
What are you talking about? I'm still married to Dinah. And you're about to transform me, right? So won't I just forget everything you're telling me now anyway?
That's not always the case. And it's possible someone else will see it. Love someone in those walls. If you can't do that, it'll only repeat itself. This cruel history, these foolish mistakes. You have to see this through. Complete your mission and save Mikasa and Armin.
Oh,
Mikasa? Armin? Who are they?
I don't know.
what do you mean you don't know?
From my memories.
Now wait a second. Mikasa and Armin. Aren't they all the same age? What? I thought this is a lot. Okay, so Historia's sister had the power of the founding Titan, which was the old king, who Grisha ate and then turned Eren into a Titan, and then he ate Grisha. So yes, Eren has the power of the Titan. I guess I assume because Rod when he turned into a Titan, he just turned huge, and no other Titans that I could see that I knew of when they first turned to a Titan look anything like that. But I guess maybe it's because, he didn't inject it or whatever. He licked it. So maybe he didn't have any special abilities. And so he died and he's just dead. But he was of royal blood though. And maybe that's why when Historia killed him, she was able to see his memories or whatever. Just like how when she touched Ymir's letter, she was able to see, I guess, Ymir's life, because I think Ymir was also of royal blood. And so I guess Eren isn't of royal blood. He's sort of related, but not directly. But when he touched Dinah's Titan was when he was able to access the ability, the coordinate. And that's why it hasn't worked since then, because he's not full royal. Yeah, if they found that out, they'd probably chain Historia to him just to test it out, and she'd have to be, I don't know, either that or they try to find somebody else who was of royal blood, but who is that? Well, maybe not chain her to him because she is the queen, but whenever they went on missions or something, they might be you have to go with him or something. I don't know. Interesting. But the fact that he said, save Mikasa and Armin. Okay, maybe he doesn't mean the Mikasa and Armin that we know, considering his name was Eren, and Grisha named Eren after the owl, Eren. So maybe there's another Mikasa and Armin. It's just real weird that he said Mikasa and that's so weird. So does that mean everybody in the walls has the ability to turn into a Titan? Interesting. I don't know. I'm very confused about that. Because even take Connie's town. Could all those people turn into Titans and Zeke and them just cut them? But you gotta imagine at some point in their lives before that moment, they've been cut before. So what did they take? Did they just use some spinal fluid and inject the whole town? I'm still confused about that. And is it as easy as collecting spinal fluid? Now, I know that doesn't sound easy. I imagine if you had a Titan, right? To collect the spinal fluid probably would be pretty painful for the subject you're collecting it from. The needle you probably would need would probably be super long. And it would probably be a painful process, I imagine. But is that possible? We have two Titans. Could we possibly collect their spinal fluid and inject it into others? Is that a cheat code? You know what I mean? I don't know. Interesting. I'm sure there's probably a bunch of stuff that I the amount of things that I speculated about and just those things probably didn't happen or the actual solution was something I was not thinking of at all. is kind of like wild. So who knows? I don't know. I'm really just asking questions. I have no solutions. I really have no solutions. I'm just wondering. But I guess we'll see. I'm still interested to see who exactly is Zeke fighting for. Are they operating any differently than when Grisha was there? I mean, Aaron's 15, so guess it hasn't been that long since Grisha was gone. But then again, I guess you don't technically know how long he was there before marrying Carla and having Aaron. So there's that. But maybe it wasn't that long though. I just assume Armin and Mikasa are all and Aaron are all the same age. But maybe it's possible that Armin and Mikasa are older than Aaron. And I know that Mikasa is supposed to be, she's an Ackerman, I believe. And Levi is also an Ackerman. They haven't come back to that at all. But aren't they supposed to be like descendants of like special in some way? And so maybe whoever her parents, Mikasa's parents, and maybe Armin's parents, I don't know, the owl knew them and they fled into the walls or something? I don't know. Just said to save them? So interesting. We do know Mikasa has some sort of hidden ability. We really haven't. They come back to it every once in a while, but Armin though, he hasn't seemed to have some sort of hidden ability that we don't know about. So I don't know. Maybe they just haven't shown it to us. I don't know. I mean, at this point, shoot. So is Annie did she have the power of a founding titan too? Could it have been, if we're thinking about it, Aaron has a power. Bertolt, who's now it's Armin. You have Reiner. Then you have, if I'm getting this right, maybe Zeke. Maybe Annie. So that leaves 4. Is that right? And Zeke. No, that's 6. I keep doing this. Aaron, Armin. No, I said Bertolt twice. I did Bertolt. Armin now has Bertolt's power. So it's Aaron, Armin, possibly, Aaron, Armin, Reiner, Annie, and possibly Zeke. I'm guessing on these last 2. So that's 5. So it is 5. So possibly we know 5 of the founding, which is the Beast. Then you have the founding, which has the what do they call it? Coordinate. And you have Armin, who now has the Colossal. You have Bertolt, who has the Armored. And Annie, I don't know. She's like super fast and quick and agile and like, I don't know, was she combat titan? And then you have, interesting. Okay, well, anyways, I'm interested to see what else we get here. So, let's go to the next episode. So, so I watched the last episode of Attack on Titan, season 3, episode 22, technically. I believe it's also episode 59. And I didn't hit the record button on the camera. So, yeah. What a flub. That's crazy. I actually cannot believe that, and I'm actually upset about it. I can't believe that. I cannot believe that. Of all the episodes, it would be this one. That's wild. So I'm not really sure how I'm gonna rectify the situation. I don't know. I'll figure it out. but you will still get this episode. So I figured out what I'm gonna do. We've done this before in the finale of season 2 of Attack on Titan. Check out that video if you haven't seen it already. It actually was pretty good, and I was actually pretty proud of myself for figuring that out. So we're gonna do that again, because apparently I don't know how to hit the record button. Okay. Specifically on Attack on Titan finales. I mean, at this point, we might as well make it a tradition. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna try not to do that. So here I am. I'm going to rewatch the episode, but you're gonna hear the audio of when I watched it the first time. I'll try not to say the same things over again. Maybe I'll have some enlightenment as opposed to the first time I watched it that I can add as well. So yeah, let's just get to that episode.
Each of the 9 Titans has a name to describe it.
Oh!
And that includes the one you're about to inherit from me. Throughout history, this Titan's marched in the vanguard, and for freedom's sake, it fights. Therefore,
it's called the Attack Titan.
Oh, forget what I said. Why are you making fun of him, bro? Holding his hand like that. So Aaron's Titan is actually the Attack Titan.
Once in the past.
Is that why the show was called Attack on Titan?
Someone with royal blood is turned into a Titan. Then it might be possible for me to use the founding Titan's powers while touching them. But if
you have to be a Titan for you to use it?
What would they do to Historia?
Build a family.
Not treat her like the queen.
Be it your wife, your child, or even a stranger.
Considering she's
Love
just
those walls.
a figurehead anyway, I think.
If you can't do that, it'll only repeat itself. This cruel history. Complete your mission and save Mikasa and Armin.
Mikasa? Armin? Who are they?
Now I'm asking that question too.
I don't know. They aren't from my memories.
Whose memories are they from? Yours, the other side, the other side.
Our foe is the world.
That information
Correct.
should stay in this room. If it became public knowledge, there'd be chaos. Shall we deceive the people once more? That's what you're suggesting, right? That we keep our citizens complacent and blind as the late king did?
Yep.
If we do that, then by what ideals did we oppose King Rice? What right did we have to seize his crown?
Right.
Then let's announce it. This is information that the people once knew, before my predecessor stole it from them. As the people of the walls, all of us will share the same fate, which is why
especially if those other Titans are gonna
work together.
Keep taking siege on them, they might as well know why. Yeah.
The monstrous Titans that have menaced us so are in fact human. They're known as subjects of Ymir, or Eldians, and we share a common ancestry. When our king erected these walls 100 years ago, he altered our memories using Titan powers.
That's a lot to have to read in a paper.
That beyond the walls, humanity had gone extinct. In truth, there are countless people beyond the walls. But when it comes to us subjects of Ymir,
I wonder how many.
They believe that we are a race of devils. In the near future, the enemy will invade our lands in order to obtain the resources beneath us. Their plans began 5 years ago, when they used the colossal titan to breach Shiganshina.
I know it's not.
And by resources, do they mean like how the Rice family had that whole underground like thing with all that like?
How are people taking
it kind of looked like ice, but I don't think it was ice. Does they mean that resource?
Some just accept it, some laugh it off, some lash out at the military and insist it's all a great conspiracy.
If it's a spoiler,
Just
don't
as
tell
you
me.
feared, things have become somewhat chaotic.
Makes sense. But there's really no helping that. It's our job to explore and report our findings.
I didn't realize last time they had tea and cookies. Maybe somebody knows something. And they'll come forward.
That's something we've improved since the king was deposed.
I couldn't be prouder of the work you've done. I have to ask, what happens to us now? We've looked at the Titans with fear, with hate, with the wish in our hearts that they would disappear forever. And now we've learned that this is how the people of the world look at us. We're not human to them. We're monsters. This hell will repeat itself until the last of us are dead.
Dead. Really ruining the mood there. Unless we can convince them otherwise?
Well, if it isn't the brave heroes of the walls.
Oh!
Hitch, surprised you came.
Do you know about...
Marlowe was very brave, right to the end. Isn't that right, Flock? You should tell her.
Yeah, sure.
In a calm way, please. Why don't we kick this guy out and let him go to the military police? He clearly doesn't want to be there anymore.
He was brave and a natural leader.
Like, can you not transfer?
Our situation was hopeless. Just as our fear was giving way to panic and despair, he stepped in and inspired us to push on. He was an amazing person.
I know, and that's why... Well, it's probably why he never listened to me.
But in the end,
Yeah, brother.
I'm sure he wished that he'd never volunteered.
Okay. Actually, he was thinking about her. So, stuff it.
Thanks for that. I'll laugh if you guys screw up the ceremony.
Great job.
Hey, why did you tell her that?
Somebody has to speak the truth around here.
Ugh. Sir.
I heard about what you did, Flock. How hard you fought to ensure that Erwin would be revived.
That's right. You should be dead, and Erwin should stand in your place. I'm not alone in thinking that. All of us do. Everyone who read that report had the same thought. Why wasn't Erwin the one that was saved?
I hope Armin saves your lives, and you have to eat your words. Yeah.
What do you know about Armin?
Save your lives again.
Not a damn thing.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not a childhood friend of his.
We gotta
Hell, I'm
run
not
back
his
all the
friend at
time.
all.
Armin's helped save our
But I can
lives.
still tell you why he's the one standing here now. It's because you two got emotional and Captain Levi did the same. You made an irrational choice. You treated that syringe like it was yours and wasted it. He's alive because you think your friends are more important than the rest
You
of
only
us.
wanted everyone alive so he could be miserable.
All right. I think it's time you shut your mouth.
And you could be happy watching him be miserable.
Aaron,
So,
I bet even at your core, you're always completely certain that you're in the right. That's why you wouldn't give up. You're like a little kid who won't listen to reason. At least Mikasa acted like an adult out there. I saw her give up in the end.
that's wild. Oh, wow. I saw her give up. That's crazy.
Jeez, what the hell's wrong with you two?
Hey, Flock. Let's not do this during a
If there was ever a time I would have been okay with Aaron going off and being angry and beating somebody up or picking a fight, it would have been with this guy.
But you didn't try to stop Aaron and Mikasa either. You didn't do anything but watch. When you guys start rebuilding the Survey Corps, you better tell your recruits the truth, or else you'll just end up with cowards like me in the ranks. What the hell are we supposed to do now that we've lost Erwin?
You can go home.
I understand that my life is expendable, but still, I should get to call it like I see it, and to decide if this cause is worth dying for.
I guess.
I think Flock is right. Commander Erwin's the one who should have been saved. Maybe he could have turned this situation around. I can't, though.
Congratulations. You ruined his confidence.
How can you be so sure of that?
Meanwhile, Flock
I
here
don't know what choice was right.
might
So I won't
possibly
pretend to.
be absolutely useless.
None of us know what the future might hold. I mean, we can barely imagine. Think about it.
Is all he's going to do is run his mouth until his end? Or are you gonna actually be helpful? If he's helpful, I'll tell you back. But right now, he's annoying the heck out of me.
Water that glows like fire, fields of ice, giant rocks that take days to climb. How can we be sure of anything when there's so much we haven't seen yet? On the other side of the wall, freedom is...
All right, you brats. It's time. Line up.
What did we find in that cellar?
And also at the end of the day,
Was it hope?
Armin helped save y'all
Or was it
from
just
Bertolt.
despair? Our enemy is tremendously powerful.
Yeah.
If nothing changes for
And
the
they took down Rhino. And he would be dead if not for the,
I'd give up my life
whole situation.
if I was certain that in doing
So Flock can just shut it, okay?
I can't tell anyone about this. So, what should I do?
Oh, is the bolo tie like... Oh.
I'm an Eldian who came from beyond the walls. I'm a subject of Ymir, just like all of you. King of the Walls, I beg you, kill the Titans attacking Wall Maria. Please, before my wife and children before thousands of your people are eaten alive.
Oh. Now see, Rod didn't say nothing about this. He ain't saying nothing about this. Who all saw that?
Eren?
Did she see that too? Eren.
Hanji's executioner from Hell, which had been crushing Titans day and night, went silent just as the snow began to stick. Months later, when the snow started melting, the military formally announced that Wall Maria had been cleansed of Titans at last. By the time the elevators on Trost's walls were freed for use, and work had
Now,
begun
is that
on
because they
paving the
got
main
rid
road,
of all the Titans
there
in
were
the
flowers
area?
in bloom,
Or because
and
they were
butterflies dancing
they're
between them.
waiting for the next attack on the
Maria's
other
refugees were finally
area
permitted
where
to
all those
return
other
to their
people are?
homes.
But
Roughly a
or
year
the
after
beast
what had
Titan
been
is.
called humanity's
What does it
first
look
victory
like?
in Trost. 6 years after the Colossal Titan's first devastating attack, the Scouts resumed their expeditions, exploring the world beyond the walls once again.
Well, that's good.
It's just as you thought, Hanji. Most of the Titans had already gone inside Wall Maria. We've all but wiped them out, and it only took us a single year.
Then let's push straight forward.
I am interested to see what how Armin feels about being a Titan.
So one actually showed up? Let's take a look.
And will his, I'm assuming, Colossal Titan look exactly
It's over
like
there.
Bertolt's Colossal Titan? Oh, it was dragging his face.
Doesn't look like it can move much.
Even with those limbs, it still tried to drag itself to the wall, bit by bit.
Did you lick the spinal fluid too?
Hey, careful!
It was shipped to paradise, which means it's a fellow patriot. Let's go. We're close.
Also, I thought they
Just hang on!
survived off
Is
sunlight.
it okay to leave this here?
Dang. Also, I didn't even realize, I'm pretty sure that's Flock, isn't it? I think his hair is different. I didn't realize that was him. Also, we see Eren's getting used to that ability to, like, tap into people's memories and stuff. The wall. Oh, it's huge.
I'm sure of it. This is the place where they turn the Eldians Titan, just up there.
Oh, shoot. This is crazy. Oh, but I wonder why Eren's demeanor has changed. Is it because of all of the memories that are, like, plaguing him that he's not allowed to talk about? Or the memories from his dad and the knowledge about Historia, possibly. The hunch. Ta-da! It's the sea. The magic conch.
Ow! My eyes, they burned!
That's salty!
Wow! Is this actually full of salt water? Huh? What could that be?
You alright?
See, Aaron? It's just like I told you. A body of water so big that merchants could spend their whole lives and still not get all the salt out.
The sea. It's so damn big.
There's way more of it than you could see.
Hey, it's like you said too. On the other side of the wall.
There's a sea.
Mm-hmm.
And just across that sea, freedom's waiting. That's what I always believed, at least.
Yeah, but it's not just freedom, it's more fight. So, great.
I was wrong. I know what's waiting across this sea now. It's our enemies.
A bunch of people that hate you. Dang.
Everything we've seen has been exactly as it was in my father's memories.
That sucks. Way to ruin the mood. Can't even really enjoy it.
If we did cross the sea, and we killed our enemies, after that, would we finally be free?
Probably not. Damn. Well, this core memory's been ruined. That really sucks. Looks like Raina and Bertolt are from this other place. That's crazy. I'm still not 100% connecting the dots between, like, the Marleyans and how they're using the Titans. Not 100% sure about that piece. That's just something I probably have to ponder some more, I think, about all that information. It really sucks that, like, they finally get to see, like, they just walked across some desert, basically. Just a bit of it. They're on a beach, they see the sea with the seashells. They haven't really seen any fish, but, you know, they finally get to that, to see a piece of that dream they've been thinking about since they were kids. And it is extremely bittersweet because, like Aaron was saying, like, he was thinking that once he saw it and once he got actually, if it ever actually happened, it'd be free, it'd mean freedom. But actually it's just a step closer to probably the biggest fight of their lives, and a whole giant civilization more advanced than you, that they all want you dead. So yeah. Whew, that is crazy. And you don't even know, like, so many of the people have been wiped out over the course of this time, and you have seen the Beast Titan and that the Quad Titan. But we actually have no idea how many people they have on their side. I mean, I don't even know, right? We see how big the civilization we're used to seeing is. So I can only imagine, based off that little map that we're showing during, like, you know, explaining the history during the last episode or the episode before that, we're seeing what Grisha was learning about his history. That area seemed way bigger than the island, apparently, that we were on. So what are we really getting ourselves into? Like, is this like an island about to go to war with, like, freaking Texas? You know what I mean? Like, how big is this place? How many people do they actually have to fight? We ain't got that much. Not to mention the technology. It seems they did have cities and stuff, so there's that. But what if they have... Okay, I was gonna say, what if they have technology to fight that's better than the ODM gear? But then I just remembered that the Beast Titan literally took that one guy's ODM gear. What was his name? Like Elias or something? Why did that just come to mind? I don't know if that was his name. I don't remember. So not only do they possibly have technology and weapons far more advanced then I just gonna say we at this point, then we have. Now they know exactly what they're fighting with. However, we were able to do a lot of damage when we went up against the Beast Titan. But we had to use like distractions and you know what I mean? So we know that they at least have had some time to like study what it is that we are using. But we have come up with other things. Like you've got Kenny Scouts, got the guns. We now have the Thunder Spears. Those are two things that that the Beast Titan doesn't know about. I guess maybe Reiner could tell them about it. But obviously when he got hit, he didn't even know what he got hit with. Just that he got hit with something. They don't know what it's called or how it works. But it's also possible that they might have given Reiner's power to somebody else. And I do wonder about that little vision that Historia saw. Like, was that Ymir that was chained up and possibly about to be eaten by somebody? In which case, does that mean that she had some sort of ability they were trying to pass on? Or what? I don't know. It's interesting. I feel like a lot has transpired. And this next season, I don't know if it's the final season, but it's definitely the most current. So yeah, we do have a couple of extra bonus things to get to before we get to there. But oh boy, I can't imagine. And not only do we have to fight who knows how many people with who knows what weapons, but we have to do it possibly on their turf. I mean, it's possible that it could look similar to what they're used to, but still, it's still gonna be a place that they're familiar with. I will be interested to see what they think if they're able to see how much technology they have over there. And I can imagine that maybe the king took them back technology-wise, because usually the more technology you get, the more curious people are, and the more people use technology to expand their knowledge. And obviously the king didn't want the people inside the walls to expand their knowledge because that would mean they would explore outside the walls and find the place that he fled from. Interesting. It's all very interesting, and it's a lot to think about. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just very interested to see what happens next. Like, obviously, even if we fight the Marleyans, is it possible for them to be free? And once they're free, like, it's such a small amount of them. What, are you just gonna wipe out everybody there? And then what? You know? Like, best case scenario, we put our heads together and realize that we should all be on the same side, living peacefully. And we don't have to have this war. But I don't know if it's too far gone. The humanity that we know spent generations learning to hate the Titans. And now that there's been so much new information dropped on them, now it's like, oh, the Titans are humans and they're this race of people or whatever. So in their minds, like, the people that have been torturing them all this time has been these people over here. So I don't imagine that they would feel like, signing any type of peace treaty after learning that kind of information. Obviously, the Marleyans have had even longer to stew and brew in their hatred for the Eldians, while the Eldians had no idea they even existed. So, yeah, I don't know. Whew, that's crazy. It's very interesting, for sure. They dropped a lot on us. I think this whole season, but like very much so at the end as well. Crazy. I'm just gonna need time to like process everything because yeah, crazy. So, man, oh man, I'm very interested to see where we go from here. And this journey has been insane. But we love when we watch things that can actually make us think and start conversations. Make you think and start conversations. And speaking of conversations, we can start one in the comments below. Yeah, if you made it to this point in the video, thank you so much for watching with me. If you liked it, you can leave a like, and if you want to see more from me, consider subscribing. If you're interested in more reactions like this, but you want them uncut and early, some exclusive content, you can check out my Patreon, or you can become a member of the channel. Both of those links are in the description. Other than that, it's a wrap on this one, but I hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Welcome to the party.